Hi, this is Heidi of Bible Church of Buena Park, 2x2 Art Studio, and It Is Written Memorizing Buddies group. It Is Written is a Facebook group that's dedicated to worshiping Christ through the internalizing of the precious words of Scripture so that it transforms our lives. Today I'm going to be doing Proverbs 31, 10 through 31. And as many of you know, this is a list of qualities that God desires to have in a woman and how He's designed us to be. And I don't ascribe to having attained any of these things, but I desire to grow in the fear of the Lord. And so I made these bracelets with a couple girls from church, and as a way to help us memorize it, since it's a list, it can be hard. Each of these pieces can be found at Joann's and Michael's, and you can look at the photos in our group to find out how to make one if you want to. I'm going to be holding it up, and it might be a little awkward, but here we go. Proverbs 31, 10 through 31. An excellent wife, who can find? For her worth is far above jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. She looks for wool and flax and works with her hands in delight. She is like merchant ships. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is still night and provides food for her household and portions to her maidens. She considers a field and buys it, and from her earnings she plants a vineyard. She girds herself with strength and makes her arms strong. She senses that her gain is good, and her lamp does not go out at night. She stretches out her hands to the distaff, and her hands grasp the spindle. She extends her hands to the poor and stretches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for her whole household are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies belts to the tradesmen. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she smiles at the future. She opens her mouth in wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and bless her husband also, and he praises her, saying, Many daughters have done nobly, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her the product of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates.